Faco here to cover item and fluid transfer using XGUtilities transfer nodes. Since the mechanics for both are very similar, I'm just going to be using the item transfer nodes for most of this, and I'll let you know of any important changes. Unlike most of my videos, this is recorded with just NEI and the latest XGUtilities as of the date of this posting for 1.6.4 and later in the video for 1.7.10. So while you will be using a Buildcraft compliant wrench, I'm going to be using a stick because there is no crescent hammer and there are no wrenches currently in my options. So, at its most basic, a transfer node allows you to take any item and funnel it from one location to another. It will pass down a pipe and it will take its entire buffer and throw it into the first available spot to it. As you can see, it's not instantaneous, it does not take the entire stack, and it's not necessarily going to be your quickest or most reliable option. It does a good job, in my opinion, once you start getting into the more advanced features. First off, you have retrieval nodes. These things are similar in that a transfer node will push an item, and a retrieval node will pull. The pipes here actually don't do any work. They just let the transfer nodes know how to work. So the retrieval node is going to search down its list of inventories and see if there's anything to grab. So if I put half a stack in here, it's going to start pulling out. As soon as I put another half stack in here, it's not being touched because it is still pulling from here. If I want this to grab more, I can use a stacks upgrade, lo and behold, and it can take up to one stack at a time. I can also make it path more quickly by providing it with speed upgrades. Mining upgrades and filters we'll get into later. If you have a transfer node that is going to break in the pipes, going either in a T or in a plus sign, it's going to pick a random direction. You can't guarantee which way it's going to go no matter what you try. So I'm going to grab another stack of cobblestone here to show you. And if you look, I'm getting nothing here. I'm getting items here, but they've stopped. And then if I go over here, I'm getting some as well. It picks it erratically. If you want to, you can force a direction by using your wrench and right-clicking. The direction that does not have these dashes is the direction items will always go. So now items will always go in this direction, or items will always go in this direction. If you don't want to connect to a chest, you can right-click, and that white area means that there will be no connection. This will still connect to other pipes, but it's not going to connect to any inventories. Moving on, we have the filter pipe, sorting pipe, and mod sorting pipe. They all provide similar functions. The filter pipe here allows you to determine what can go down a specific direction. So if you look, I've got this guy here with sticks. So only sticks can go down it. If I grab a stack of sticks and I throw it in here, you'll see that I am slowly getting sticks in this chest. It's going to throw its entire buffer as soon as it finds a valid location into the inventory it finds. If I throw something else, let's just grab all of these things to show it off. Then it's going to go down any other available path. Since it's coming from this side, the only other available path is here. As such, we're going to hit this pipe first, which is your regular sorting pipe. If there is at least one of an item in the inventory beforehand, then it's going to pop in there. I throw in cobblestone, and you will see I'm getting more cobblestone. The mod sorting pipes are a bit different. If you have an item from a mod, then any other item from that same mod, or if it's an empty inventory, it'll just take the first item available, will go into that chest. So let's give this transfer node the stacks upgrade, and I'm going to throw in my heated redstone generator. Since I have septuple compressed cobblestone here, heated redstone generator goes in there as well. If I throw in the sandstone and the glowstone glass, all of those items are going to go down to the Minecraft chest that I determined with the stone brick slabs. And I'm also going to get the glowstone glass here, right there. So you can use this to provide a very advanced sorting system, and it's not very expensive at all. You can find all of these recipes, of course, in NEI. I'm not showing them because they are fundamentally different in both 1.6.4 and 1.7.10. Moving on, you can use transfer nodes as a way to either work as a cobble gen or as a water pump using an infinite spring. If this were a fluid transfer node and I had water here, it would just pick up buckets of water, and the mining upgrade will increase the rate at which it draws. Since I have cobblestone and an item transfer node, this is going to be a cobble gen. But you'll notice it's not working. The reason is because of this redstone torch. Any item transfer node or retrieval node can be turned off using a redstone signal. So I can turn this on, and lo and behold, it starts generating cobble. If I want more, I provide a mining upgrade. And it's going to keep working and just shoving it into this chest as it makes it. I could use a comparator coming out of this chest and going in here to turn it off when it's full. So let's say that you've got a pathway like this, and you've got intersections where you need pipes to go one way and the other way. Using the method back here, if you remember, you can only specify one. This is where crossover pipes come into play. Crossover pipes will force the connection to go in the same direction that it previously has. So this transfer node, when pushing items from this chest, which it's going to take forever and a day to do thanks to the distance, we're going to give it a speed upgrade so you can see the difference there, is going to go up this line and then snake its way all the way back around, because these crossover pipes will ensure it goes in the same direction. And then it will randomly pick which one of these two chests to throw its item into. So let's say you've got a more intense system. You need to send, for example, charcoal evenly around your base. In 1.6.4, you're kind of screwed, because unless you're going to do an intricate sorting system using filter pipes, rationing pipes, and other things, you're kind of stuck. Now, in 1.7.10, you've got options, but the closest you'll get is like I said, the rationing pipe, which I did not display here. It is similar to a sorting pipe in that it checks what's in an inventory, but it will only allow one stack of the item in the inventory. So let's put this redstone torch back down to turn off this cobble gen, and I'm going to quickly trash all of the cobblestone here. If I turn this normal pipe into a rationing pipe and then break this, this is only going to fill until it reaches one stack, and then it's going to stall, because the rationing pipe will prevent more than one stack at one time, as you can see. So let's jump quickly to 1.7.10 and explore our other options for a system like this. Alright, let's say that this here is your so-called sorting system, and it's having issues. It's getting stuck because you can't get the items you want to each specific chest. You can obviously use a filter pipe here and route it, but short of that, you used to be stuck. Now you have several options in 1.7.10. You'll note, first off, there are more upgrade slots, and my personal favorite, if you want to add glowstone dust, you can now see where things are going down the pipe. So if you look, it picked that direction, and it put its inventory there. This time, picked it again, and where are you going this time? To the right. So, fully random. You don't know which way it's going to go. But what you can do is you have the depth first and the breadth first search upgrades. The breadth first, if you look, is going to check both paths and keep alternating between them to try to find a location that fits. Or, if you want to, you can use a depth first search upgrade. What this will do is it's going to go down one path, and if it reaches a dead end where it cannot put anything in, it will go back to the intersection and go down the next path instead of simply resetting. These can be exceptionally useful in complex piping systems where you can't necessarily accommodate for every item having a perfect sorting pipe. Also, let's say that this is your input chest, and these 5 chests are machines that you need to get items into. We once again have our glowstone so we can watch it. We have a pseudo round robin upgrade. This is not true round robin, but it is close. Instead of starting over every time it has the ability to empty its buffer, it just goes down the list and throws its buffer in every single time it can. So you'll see this is getting cobbled, this is getting cobbled, this, and this are all getting cobbled. Because this one has 3 ticks before it gets hit, this one is getting 3 at a time, the others are getting 2. So your spacing is important and will determine how much of an item gets sent. This can be very useful in routing things like I said before, charcoal to the rest of your base, because you can evenly distribute it. One final thing to mention is the item filter, because as you saw, the filter pipe, while useful, can only have 1 item in every slot. What the item filter does is it allows you to sort up to 9 items in a given direction. If you need more, you're going to have to figure that out using filter pipes and then routing it. But when dealing with fluids, what you want to do is you'll want to go in and double click on it. Or wait, no. In 1.6 you want to double click on it. In 1.7.10 you don't need to. It's just going to know the fluid based on the bucket. Also, with the item filter, there's a couple different things you can do with it. In 1.6.4, your only other option is to use a redstone torch. This will invert it so that instead of saying, I want these items, it becomes, I do not want these items. So you can use this with a trash can to prevent things like gold or iron or whatever valuables you have from going into it, or if you leave the regular filter on, make sure that those only go in. In 1.7.10, you can add wool, which with an item filter will make it fuzzy and ignore NBT specifically. So this is going to count anything enchanted as the same, so like all enchanted books or something. And then you can also craft it with a stick to make it fuzzy but to ignore metadata. I am not aware of any specific way to combine both of them, but that may come in the future. That, I believe, covers everything that we need to talk about. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to let me know in the section below or on Reddit. Good luck.